Hey guys, right, so we're back. Andrew, hello Andrew.
Hello.
Andrew is with me. We're back. We're both, I believe, quite drunk, and so we're gonna fucking fix everyone's problems. However, the first problem we need to fix this evening is my lack of alcohol. So I'm gonna go to the kitchen and make a drink while Andrew tells you why exactly he is qualified to fix your problems.
Well, why Adam goes to get another drink, which is going to limit his ability to sort everybody's life out, which is quite ironic. Let me just tell you that there isn't anything that I can't resolve in anybody's life. Any kind of problem that you've got, I'm more than qualified to resolve anybody's personal issue because I've seen Star Wars a record number of times. I mean, if that doesn't kind of spur your confidence in my abilities, what does? That's the way I'm looking at it. So we're just going to see what comes through, and like I said, we'll be monitoring what everybody wants to say. Let me just go in the chat because I'm very anxious to help people out. Let me just check out the stream to see what's... Hey up, here we go.
Hey up, right.
Hey up,
anyway.
That's a proper northern twang, that, isn't it?
Hey up. I don't know, what's a northern people call each other love all the time, don't they? Even like bus drivers to other men, they're like, got the right change, love. That's quite a sweet thing, actually. I quite like some northern people, except for Andy.
Yeah, some of us are alright. Oh, Lee Halliwell, this is probably the most profound and most difficult situation to resolve.
I think we've all been through this one time in our lives when...
You mean one time? I'm still going through that now.
Well, Jesus, I mean, not Jesus, I mean, I hope he's not watching. Well, he probably is, fucking pervert.
Jesus watches everything.
Yeah, exactly. Why is he always watching me jerk off, that bastard? Fucking puts a real downer on everything.
Anyway, Lee wants to know, has he got any tips on how to stop? Well, there's numerous ones. One is decapitation of the penis, which may be painful and will have a profound effect on your love life going forward and also your ability to further children. So that's a last resort. If you're sort of playing with Mr. Penis gets to the point where your whole life is in ruins. Another would be,
like, as long as you can keep it to privacy, you know, even if you're at work or whatever and you have to...
Nobody says he can't stop, which means that he's doing it at this exact moment.
Oh,
he's doing it 24/7.
I can't blame him. If he's listening to our voices and jerking off, then I
can't really blame him. But even when he's doing things like buying milk or... You know, that's the problem. Now, another one would be iron pants with a lock and key on it.
Chastity belt.
Yeah, so you can't get at it. That would be more advisable than cutting it off.
Absolutely. But you were the one that suggested cutting it off in the first
place. I said it was a last resort. Another solution could be to cut your hands off, and then you can't
get to it.
You can't masturbate anymore. Are you going to masturbate without hands?
Yeah.
The beauty of that is you can still further children and still please women.
True, and if he could also get prosies to suck him off.
Well, exactly. You can enjoy all the fruits of that physical love has to offer, and you don't have to worry about playing with Mr. Penis. However,
because you got no hands, but you're fucked. Can't even write anymore, can you?
Yeah, but listen, I'm coming up with solutions here. You don't need to fucking have a go at everything that I'm saying.
Well, I mean, maybe you could type on a computer using his fucking stumpy wrists and that, but...
Well, there are software packages available from Microsoft and Google that allow people with disabilities to type without typing. In other words, voice recognition.
Oh yeah, I know all about voice recognition.
And also there are video game systems in development where you can control them with your mind.
True.
So that would be more advisable than cutting off the penis. What else can we recommend?
Yeah, in my opinion, don't cut off your penis or your hands. Just fucking... Basically, if you can't stop playing with... I mean, some people, and they might not be female, but some people will appreciate someone that can't stop playing with their penis. But
Yeah,
who they are, we
don't forget, it's ruining his life. It's all he can do.
Well, it's a conundrum because everyone loves playing with their penis who has a penis, and everyone that doesn't loves playing with their vagina, or unless they've got both, and then they have the best of both worlds. So I would, to be honest, I don't really see it as that big a problem. Like I've got a fucking chronic masturbation problem, and I see it as a benefit. I've got many jobs, from walking into the job interview and jizzing into the China tea set. They go.
It'd be a problem if you were a chef, though.
Oh, it would. Oh, well, we don't go there. And chefs.
Or a bar person.
Yeah, true.
Or a nursery nurse.
True. Yeah. Yes, if you're a male, especially
teacher.
A male kindergarten teacher, yeah, probably.
I saw the movie.
I saw the movie. How
anyway,
can I
hope
if I haven't had
you,
lots
Lee.
of hot sex with them?
Thank you for your question, Lee. Now, Amy Parks has asked a really difficult question. How are you guys?
Oh shit! How am I? I can be honest because it's my second channel and no one comes here. I'm really, really good. I'm like better than good at the moment. I'm fucking mental, but I'm good.
Brilliant.
Yeah. As the Australians would say, I'm a sick cunt, but I'm doing very well. How are you doing, Andy?
I could be better. I could be worse. I've done a 10k run today, which is called Total Warrior in the UK in the Lake District. It's like a 10k run with numerous obstacle courses, which involve climbing massive walls, getting electrocuted, swimming in ice cold water, swimming in mud, going through tyres, climbing over nets, like a proper obstacle course, and I'm pretty fucked, to be honest. But dear loved one of mine, who I love very dearly, is going through a bit of a bad time, and I feel her pain, so I'm, it could be better.
Well, while we're talking about mud, can I blow my own trumpet a little bit and say I played in the Mud Football World Cup 3 years ago?
On FIFA?
No, in real life, in Scotland. The only place with enough mud for the world. I didn't actually make it to the 4th game out of the group stages. It was fucking horrible. I just spent most of my time like writhing around in the mud. It's a lot of fun, but it's fucking difficult. Like, because literally you're playing, you're trying to play soccer. It's like a normal 5-a-side pitch, except the whole thing is a huge mud swamp. You fall over, you're not getting out for 5 or 10 minutes. Like, you get up and the mud just sucks you back in. And we did real well until I fucked everyone else I was playing with over by going, I've had enough after 3 games. But yeah, I played in the Mud Football World Cup.
Sounds rather enjoyable.
Although I played in the Mud Football World Cup representing Scotland, which was a bit weird. So, if the FA had looked into that, they might have got a bit upset with me. But yeah, it is enjoyable. You should check out the pictures online and stuff. You'll see it's fucking insane. In fact, if you check out the pictures from Mud Football World Cup, you might even see me in there.
I will certainly do that. Our stream's not going to be that big, so we're going to have to crack on to the next question if you don't mind. I'm taking charge of your channel, Adam.
Yeah, you fucking do it. You're the one that messaged me going, oh, but I can't stream every day on my channel because they'll know that I've got an attention-seeking problem. So...
Yeah, but they know that anyway, because I wouldn't have a YouTube channel otherwise.
Oh, that's an interesting topic of conversation. Is everyone with a YouTube channel some kind of attention seeker?
No.
You've just fucking, you hypocrite bastard. You've just like defended
Listen,
your
this
own.
isn't
comment.
about me and you. This is about the people here that want our sound advice. And the next one is from Brad,
Right, yes.
who
Yeah,
says
I
his
forgot
life
what
is
we do.
completely fucked. I'm beyond help. Now, there isn't really a question there.
No.
It's more of a statement. So we can't really address that. Other than, I'm sorry. If you would like to ask a question in relation to it, we'll try and answer it. Still can't see any question marks.
Wait, I'm looking at Evil's question.
Kayla, we've got to answer Kayla's question.
Yeah, let's answer Kayla's question.
So Kayla Princess wants to know, I'm talking to this older guy online and he wants to marry me. What should I do?
I would say he's a fucking keeper.
By the way, I'm underage. This is what you should do, Kayla, right? Play along with him as long as you can. Let him think that you're going to get married and that you're going to have children. And name the children. One of the children, Hannah Nicole. Yeah. Then contact some kind of underground vigilante online group and get them to contact the local police department and get this guy stitched up, quite rightly, for child sexual grooming offences. What do you agree with that, Adam?
Nah. Fucking
no?
Just marry him, Kayla. He's going to be the best man you'll ever meet. He'll treat you like a pizza ship.
She's underage, though.
Well. How far underage? Oh, dear.
Yeah, I mean, if it's double figures, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, okay, so the first Mrs. R, who normally has a very intelligent input, so let's have a look at this. I think I have a problem with my husband. He coaches 12 and 13-year-old girls and is spending more time coaching than he does with me. I'm also finding lots of bubblegum wrappers in his car. Should I be worried? And this kind of relates to Kayla's question because apparently she's 13 as well. Yeah, I would be. In the films that I've seen, normally the actresses are always over 18. Well, always the actresses are over. I hope so, anyway. But I would say, based on those movies...
They're not in the ones I watch.
Well, we don't need to go into that. Your fucking Operation U-Tree is written all over you. But we don't need to go into... Yeah, no, I would say, based on sort of... If you coach... girls, from just literally basing it on the movies I've seen, literally all the girls in the locker room will do whatever to the coach, but has my view been warped?
Yes.
By too much pornography?
Yes.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna take out. I'm not gonna apply for that job as a PE teacher anymore.
I think that's beyond you.
What do you mean it's beyond me? I've got a fucking degree in sports science.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
I just don't want to be a cunt. That's why I never used it. Because it just leads you to cunty jobs like being a PE teacher. Oh, Samuel, forgotten your kit again? Come on, just get in your boxer shorts. Whoa.
You forgot your kit again. You remember what I said if you do this last time. Right, strip off.
Mm-hmm. You're playing in your pants. And today I'm playing too.
I'm playing with you.
It's a private workout session for those who've forgotten their kit. I think we should just rename this possibly the darkest stream on YouTube because I'm quite drunk. So guys, I know we got a lot of dislikes on the last one. And even mentioning the word.
Who gives a fuck?
Well, even mentioning that word, people will start hitting the dislike button. So fucking hit it, you cunts, if you don't like it, because we are some pretty twisted people. But I think deep down we're quite nice. But we are fucking.
I think we like to take the sense of humour we have as far as we can.
Yeah.
Do you
I like
know what I mean?
to find the edge.
It's like we always say, you can joke. Well, I say you can joke about anything. There's certain things I wouldn't joke about, like recent tragedies and things like that. But as far as anything goes, really, as long as you're not like causing distress to people's lives, I'd joke about anything. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck.
I think in regards to the comedy context, anything that's funny, you can joke about literally anything, even if it was a tragedy that happened yesterday, if the joke is funny. But to learn...
No, not to certain people I wouldn't.
No. True. But to learn if jokes are funny, you have to kind of...
Well, no, let me put it this way. Let's say, I'm not going to mention anything specific, but let's say a recent tragedy happened in any country, and you said that joke, and someone who was personally affected by it heard that joke, they wouldn't only not find it funny, they would like personally hate you. And kind of rightly so, because they'd be that caught up in their emotions that comedy wouldn't have any value in that situation. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And I said this in one of the very early videos we made, didn't I? Like, comedy is tragedy plus time. You can make fun of anything as long as enough time has passed. You know, no one's going to get upset if we start making jokes about fucking atrocities in Greek islands and shit like that, because it was many, many years ago.
Well, people have started even jokes about 9/11. People made jokes. Someone did it on the Church of God website where whoever did that, the Facebook page, did a joke where Lorne was flying into the World Trade Center.
That sounds pretty fucking funny,
to blow it up. Some people like commented that's not funny. People had been like personally affected by it, and I didn't particularly find it funny. And also there was a picture of him. There was a picture of Lorne on stage in the Manchester Arena when the bomb went off, saying that Lorne was responsible. Like it was a joke and a put together photograph. I didn't find that funny either.
Well, if it's not funny,
but I could see the funny side of it because I don't think it was meant offensively.
No, I think a lot of things aren't though. The things you joke about the darkest things. J Reviews has just mentioned Maddie in the chat. And the thing is, it's something I probably wouldn't joke about on YouTube, although fucking I've been watching a lot of Shooter Williamson. I don't know if any of the people in the chat know of him, but he's very fucking funny. And he made a Maddie joke on one of his videos. And me and my mates, when we get, like, one of my mates used to live in this old kind of, like, abandoned house, and he was a gardener there on the grounds, because the house was eventually going to be demolished, so they told him it was okay for him to live in the house. And we went in there, and then, like, we were like, where are we sleeping tonight, Simon? And he was like, oh, yeah, up in the attic. And we were like, oh, what, with fucking Maddie? It's like, but I could say that with my mates. You say that on YouTube, people go mental.
No, I agree. I've seen some Maddie jokes that are quite amusing. And to be fair, I wouldn't be arsed if the fucking parents heard it anyway, because I think they had something to do with it.
Ooh, but that's, now we're getting into some deepness.
We are, but we've got to address people's livestock issues. That's the point of this.
Yeah, but we're not getting... If we get a proper problem in the chat, we will talk about it. But do you honestly think the parents had something to do with it?
I don't think they murdered her, but my mate put this theory together, so I can't claim responsibility, but I happen to agree with it, is that... well, I say agree with it. I've got no facts. Well, anyway, this is what I think is the most likely outcome. Mm-hmm. They maybe sedated her because they wanted to go out in the piss and leave her in the apartment. It went tits up. They came back and she was dead, and then they got rid of her body.
Jesus, that's a really dark theory. I mean, I know what could have happened to her is a lot darker than that, but to think a kid's own parents... Are you telling me that on a night when they decided to go out, a couple of doctors left the daughter alone in a room in a foreign country that they know very little about, and it just so happens at that exact moment a child was stolen from this British couple without leaving any trace of evidence whatsoever? Bollocks. It's just ridiculous to even assume that there's no evidence, that there was no kind of... There's too many
unanswered questions, and there's evidence. You know, when the car was searched and the dog went fucking crazy barking at it because there was some kind of blood trace from Madeline.
Yeah.
And the way that they behave, it's written all over their faces. It's written all over everything that
A
they
lot
do.
of people said
They
that.
know more. This is one thing I know for certain. One thing I know without a shadow of a doubt is they know more than they are letting on. That's all I can say for certain.
But in a case like that, the first suspects are always going to be the family.
That's not true. There's been lots of other
think?
similar cases where the fucking suspects are not the fucking parents. It's just
The first thing you cross out is the parents, isn't it? Like, you try and find any motivation or any reason. And
the most simple explanation is usually the correct one.
very true. The fact that any parents would fucking drug their children so they can go out on the piss.
Well, what's worse, drugging your children because so you can go out on your piss, or leaving your children alone in a foreign country without any help? Which is worse?
Well,
they're both equally ridiculous.
They did both though. Like, I would have just I went to Portugal with my family when I was 6.
You did it.
No, I didn't know. I was 6 years old. It was Maddie wouldn't have even been born.
I thought we were onto something then.
You've heard the screams from my basement, but she's developed into a rather lovely woman. Fuck! I'm so sorry, guys. That was really, really wrong.
You bastard.
Yeah, no. But they left me alone. But they left me with my older brother and sister. So I don't know. And we sneaked out the window because my sister was like 12 at the time. But it was back in the days when, it's like, oh, good old pedoing. Don't worry if the 18-year-old barman takes a shine to your 12-year-old sister. That's fine if you're in Portugal. But we sneaked out the window and we jumped. I remember jumping. It seemed really big, but it was literally the ground floor window we jumped out of. But it seemed really big because I was small, and my brother and sister took me to the bar, and we got free Coca-Colas because the barman had a thing for my sister. But nothing really bad happened to us because, well, my brother was there though. He was like 13 and he was a fucking brute. My brother's been a brute all his life, so that's probably why my parents knew they could leave us with him, because he'll just fucking plow his way through anything, and I mean that in every single context possible.
I think it's fair to say that we've established that it was ridiculous for them to do what they've done. There was a report from like a psychologist. There's something on Google somewhere where he was like interviewed. I don't think it's been officially released as an official document because it wouldn't be. But this psychologist said that one of the parents, or not, if not both, exhibited every fucking symptom of someone who's being deceitful. Basically, this psychologist was like, they're guilty. It's as simple as that, and he was adamant. It was just. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that they are. There's more to it than what they're saying. No doubt.
Did you happen to watch by any chance? And I can't remember what it was called. It might have been called The Missing. It was with that guy James. What's his name? Who's in everything? James Nesbitt.
Nesbitt. Oh fuck! I hate that guy.
Really?
Oh god, yeah. Fucking, he's in every fucking TV show you can imagine, and everyone's shite.
No, because he's in A Touch of Cloth, which is written by Charlie Brooker, the writer of Black Mirror, and that is good because it's basically a modern day police squad, not police academy, police squad.
Police Squad in colour,
which was the precursor to the Naked Gun films, of course. And James Nesbitt plays a very brilliant parody of himself in those, as like kind of the constant heavy drinking policeman that's in every kind of show. But fuck, if you've not watched A Touch of Cloth,
no.
That's by the writer of Black Mirror, but earlier, and it's more like kind of blatant comedy, but it's fucking brilliant. Check that out after you finish Black Mirror.
I will do. I watched another episode of Black Mirror tonight where they have the memory implants. I didn't enjoy it as much as the other ones I've watched, but I
Oh
still
shit!
found
No,
it.
that's the one with it where he finds out his girlfriend's cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's a great episode. Again, it
No,
was
I'm not
one.
saying I didn't really enjoy it. I thought it was great, and there was a lot of drama, and it was it was a little bit predictable, but I did enjoy it. But it's like I think it was like the other ones seemed to have like a profound message, and I couldn't figure out what the profound message of this one was. Was it don't dwell on your memories too much?
Basically, what it was saying is like everything, like Facebook and fucking Twitter and
No,
everything.
every episode says that though. You can't go back to that and say,
No, but
well,
what
what
that
you
one
say is
says
in 10
is
years
like
if we go
you.
social media crazy, we're gonna go nuts. I'm being a bit overcritical here because it is fucking
No,
brilliant and I
no.
did really enjoy it. I'm just trying to say I didn't enjoy it as much as the other episodes.
I think that one very much pointed out the kind of. In fact, that episode that we're talking about now, it very much could be attributed to the kind of the whole Lorne situation, because it's a kind of guy that kept constantly looking at the pictures, looking at the videos to any little kind of seed of doubt he wanted to, which of course was there because she had actually cheated on him. But it was made so much more horrible because of the fact he could go back and rewatch it and see what they're talking about. And the only person that's free in that whole episode is the one that's had their fucking memory thing released from their head. That's the only person in that episode. You go back, I think with Black Mirror, it's something you need to watch every episode twice, at least. But that episode is actually far more poignant than a lot of the others, I think, especially in the kind of current climate we live in. And we're both humans. You obsess about people. You fucking, they don't talk to you, or you see a photo with them of someone on Facebook and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, what the fuck is going on? You don't want to be that sort of person, but it's such a great take on human nature. Like,
Do you know what? You're right there. I didn't think of it like that, and I'm glad you mentioned that because sometimes I'm looking at like people on Facebook that I know that I consider friends, and they're all having these nights out, and I don't get invited, and I start getting pissed off.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, it's silly, really. I shouldn't be on Facebook because I hate it, but there's certain friends that I keep in contact with on there that. Well, basically, what I'm trying to say is I think, on the whole, my life would be worse for having Facebook, which is a bit of a contradiction because I fucking hate it. So maybe I should just get fucking rid of it. No, actually, I couldn't.
I go through this all the time, but it's the only way I have to contact a lot of my oldest and closest friends.
Well,
so
that's
I have
what I'm
to stay
thinking.
on there. I hate the fact that I do, because I really don't like Facebook. I really don't like the shit that still stays on there now. When it was kind of first around, it was fun and everyone was on there and it was, oh wow, it's new. And now it's just fucking. And I think maybe to you and I, because we're both kind of a similar age and we've not settled down, and we don't have wives, we don't have babies on the way. And it's fucking depressing to see all your mates and they're so happy, having these kids on the way. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake. They're having another kid.
Yeah, it can get you down, definitely. And I think I can't remember who it was. There was like it might have even been Einstein that said no, it wasn't Einstein, but it was some quite profound person, and they said that the biggest obstacle to happiness is comparison. And if you think about it, it's very true. Not everybody is meant to live the same life. Not everybody is meant to have children. Not everybody is meant to get married. Does that mean you have to be miserable? Does it? Fuck.
No, of course it doesn't. But for me, I think I've always wanted to have kids.
I have, and I've been in a situation where I've had a family, and I've been a father, 2 children. I'm not going to go into it. They're not dead or anything, and I'm not going into it in any detail. But the point is, I've been there, so I can still taste it, and I'm a great fucking parent. So I get it, but it's difficult, and it's one of the challenges of life. You've just got to go with the flow.
Absolutely. Well, this is Chris.
Very difficult.
We had this chat. Chris has just said, I've got a baby on the way. You're not happy for me. When I speak to Chris live, I think I'm happier about his baby than he is. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
You know he's in the chat, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's just made that comment, so I'm replying to that. Like, but, and this is why when the three of us were talking the other night, and you two were talking about bad parents and stuff, and for me it was just kind of hard to believe, because I think if I ever had a kid, I would just have an inherent need to protect, and I have an inherent need to protect people that aren't my kids, just kids in general. Just kids should be allowed their youth and their childhood and to grow up in their own way. And yeah, they're going to
Well,
make
that's
mistakes.
what you tell them. That's not exactly your intention, though.
Right? No, but I'm trying to be a little bit serious here. Let's stay out of the pedo zone for a moment.
Oh,
Oh, fucking hell! Andy can't stay out of the pedo zone for 5 minutes without getting a hard on. But like. If you ever come across the lost kid in the supermarket, you're just like, right, come on, let's find your mum, and it makes you feel really good.
No, I. This is going to sound really gay, right? I was in the supermarket the other day, and there was a little kid. I think the lad was he must have been about 5, and there was a little girl that must have been his sister who was like 4. And the parents must have been round the corner on the aisle, and I think it was the little girl said to the lad, he said, "We need to hold hands so we can walk." And they were holding up each other's hands, just walking, and I thought, and it just got to me, and I just thought, isn't that fucking beautiful? There's such innocence and love in that act of just holding that. It made me well up. I was like nearly in tears, and I thought, is there something fucking wrong with me?
Absolutely not.
To see something like that, just a blatantly innocent, loving act of, especially when you see all the horrors that are in the world today, it just kind of makes you appreciate life a bit more and say, just because I haven't got that, it doesn't mean I have to be jealous. You can still observe things. And I've experienced what it's like to love a child and have a child love me as a parent. And I can always say, at least I've experienced it, even if it never happens again. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I think as you get older, that's a very important. That's a lesson to hold on to. Like someone can completely like fuck you over, but if you can look back and go, okay, well, I had a wonderful time. Like I can just appreciate the fact they made me feel so good at that time and that happy. Then you don't end up being a complete dick when a relationship ends. Of course, I'm talking about a adult relationship now.
No, you're not.
But you know what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, you can look back and you can say, okay, the memories, I wouldn't change that. All right, it fucking hurt when that person says, I don't want anything to do with you anymore or whatever. But you can go, I had a lot of fantastic memories and even I had a lot of fantastic visions that I wouldn't have had without that person. It didn't work out as I wanted, but they made me happy during that time. If you can take that kind of Zen approach to every single relationship, then you'll be a lot more successful in them. It's just a hell of a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, of course. It's very, very true. It's kind of, life's very, very difficult and challenging. And I find I like to be on my own a lot. I love not isolation, but I love space and time on my own, and going to the cinema on my own, and having a drink on my own. People are generally fucking knobheads. People say things that make no sense because they think it makes them look good, and I do it sometimes, and I try to recognise it as much as possible, and it just frustrates me. And I went for a couple of drinks before in the local pub, and there was someone in there, and he's not a bad guy at all. He's all right, but he kept rattling on, saying shit to me that made no sense whatsoever, just for the sake of saying something. I'm like, if you haven't got anything interesting to say, don't fucking speak to me. And that sounds really miserable, but I hate small talk. I fucking hate talking just for the sake of it when you're talking about nothing interesting. It's a total waste of fucking time. And it sounds like I'm some grumpy old twat, and maybe I am, but have fun, have a laugh, bit of comedy, or say something interesting, but don't tell me you know, what fucking new flowers you've got in your garden, or what fucking next door neighbour's cat's been doing. I couldn't give a fuck.
No, I understand, but at the same time, that is probably very important to that person's life. So
Yeah,
sometimes
but
you have
it's
to
not fucking important to me. I don't go. I'm not in
you
a
have
social
to
environment to listen to other
you have
people's
to
fucking
fucking
problems.
you have to grab the pillow and bite it at certain times. People are gonna like if I literally told everyone that bored me they're boring me, no one would be my friend anymore.
Well, maybe it'd be better to have no friends, because if people need to use someone who is like a passing acquaintance to appease
Well,
themselves,
I think
then they're
yeah.
fucking idiots, and
I
they
think
need to
actually
learn
that's
the
different. And
lessons.
my analogy was a bit because I tend to pick and choose the people I like to talk to quite carefully. Normally, there's someone with something interesting to say, with the exception of you, Andy, of course.
Of course.
But no, but I think sometimes people they get it's like women that go on about their cats too much. Like cats are great, they're lovely, but the kind of woman that fucking takes every single cat from the rescue shelter. Just tread carefully around her.
I know a few people like that, and I kind of get it, because animals are great, but generally humans are not. You know.
Mm. Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm a little bit nonchalant about that subject because a woman that broke my heart was much of a cat lady. Won't go into too deep of the story, but I think I kind of thought things were going too fast because, like, she fucking loves cats. She must be mental enough to want to be with me. But she was really fit, so other guys came along.
That's made me feel a bit sad, that, because the woman that has my heart at the minute is a big cat person.
Well,
But anyway, we don't need to go into that.
let's not go into
Let's
personal
examine
stuff.
some more
Well,
questions
yeah,
before this
let's not go into
stream
personal
shuts
stuff
down.
because I'm enjoying life right now. But we've got dark and deep. I hope people can appreciate that. Maybe other people listen to this going, this is the best day of my life. So probably they are. Probably all 22 people in the chat are literally listening and going, this is the best thing I've ever heard. I'm going to click that like button and
it's the best thing I've ever heard.
Exactly. So
Evil Guns has said that he's killed his ex's cat. Well done, sir.
The thing, I know Evil, and he hasn't really done that because he's actually a nice guy deep down. I think I'm drinking too much and I'm being too nice to people. Deep down, Evil's quite nice, and he sent me a photo of his girlfriend, and she's very nice. So I don't think he killed her cat. I mean,
what kind of picture?
Just a normal picture.
Oh,
so, okay. But Evil's been around for a long, long time. He just pops up randomly. Like you might not hear from him for weeks, and then he'll just pop up asking to know how's the best way to deal with getting an erection down or something like that.
Well, Chris wants to know how you hide your bonus.
Oh, fuck. I mean, for
not
me,
move. You just stay stationary.
This is why for most of my life I've had to take a desk job because. If anyone saw my boner, they would...
Can't answer that, Terry, by the way. Sorry, carry on.
If anyone saw my boner, there's no going back from that. It's
just nip into the loo, you carry on.
Irreplaceable. Hey, Wallace. How do I stop the stream from buffering? I'm sorry, the health is green, so I hope it's not doing too bad for you, sir. Terry, what's making my life so great right now? I'm not at liberty to give that information, but I'm enjoying myself at the moment, let's say that. A lot more than I have for a long time. I know you'd all be... Okay, Daniela, well, we're all awaiting the day you change your picture so we can see yourself. Evil. Chris, the law states girls have to be Nova in public for you. I don't understand what that comment means at all, sorry. J Review says, we all know people who talk a big game have no game. That's probably in reference to me, but I talk game and have no game, so... Brad says I'm having sexy times. You might be you might be jumping the gun. Chris, I don't know what you're saying, what in reference to, but that's a lot of question marks. Terry, I deserve a lot of happiness. Well, that's very kind of you to say, Terry, and I know you're very...
No, he doesn't.
No, I really probably don't. But I seem to be getting it at the moment, so I'm enjoying myself. I'll enjoy it while it happens. Is it true if you don't use it, you lose it? Well, yes, especially in regards to like a massive black dildo.
Of course.
Yeah. You know, if you've got that dildo in your drawer, Chris, and we know you, Chris, and we know you're a massive prude. So if you're not going to shove that up your own arse, give it to charity.
I'm going to have to sign out now. So
really?
Yeah, I've got to get up for work quite soon.
How long have we been... It's only been 40 fucking minutes, Andy, and you were like...
I know. Oh. I know. I did say it was going to be a short one. You can carry on with that.
All right. What? No, I think we'll shut down because it's been fun. But
it has been fun.
I'm quite drunk and I get rather loose-tongued when I'm drunk.
Well, the good thing is I don't have to get up early on Monday morning, so maybe we continue it tomorrow night.
That sounds good. I'll make sure to save some of my rum. However, guys in the chat, let us know just before we go now, because it wasn't exactly the agony aunt stuff we've done before, but it was a bit of a deeper, more kind of personal chat, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I mean, we've been pretty dark with some of the comedy, but that's what you should expect, really, with me, and especially with Andrew, because he is a child molester.
Indeed. Super predator, if you don't mind.
Yes, exactly, and... and raw bukkake super predator.
And raw
that's going to be Andrew's new channel where he gives tips on how to meet 13-year-old girls that live in Kentucky.
Brilliant.
All right, guys. Well, yeah. Thanks so much for joining us. Smash that like button if you have enjoyed it. Let us. Once it's shut down, come back. Fucking leave a comment. Say, this is good, this is bad. As long as you're constructive, I'm very interested in what you guys think.
No, you're not.
I am. I love my...
It's not what you say off air.
No, off air I say they're all a bunch of cunts and I've got no time for anyone that's not me because I'm a fucking narcissist. But yeah, so guys, let us know what you think. We're going to shut down in just a sec because Andy needs to go to bed and I need to feed Maddie. So...
I thought she was on a drip.
Oh no, that's just to keep her health up. That's IV. So anyway, I'm sorry, it's so fucking dark. But it's brilliant. So thanks so much for joining me, Andy. Even this was Andy's stream, basically. It was his idea, so you should probably do the sign out.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us, everybody, on my second channel, and it's been a pleasure. And join me next week for more scam baiting videos, and I will see you later.
Bye.